very good grades if you use all the resources that we make available. So video and this screen here with half of the answers. Okay, let's move. Take a picture or a screenshot and moving to the topic of today's class. Think about the pizza, which one's the best option. And now on January, we will be talking a lot about polynomials. This whole month is about polynomials, adding polynomials, subtracting, multiplying, dividing polynomials, everything, polynomial functions, everything about polynomials. And last week, there's the quick review. We learned how to add polynomials, and basically, if you put together all the terms and combine like terms, this is how you add polynomials. And we learned how to subtract, which is kind of the same thing as the addition process, but before you have to change the second polynomial here. See? The polynomial that's after the negative, the subtraction, you're going to change into the opposite. So this example, if the polynomial is 2x squared, then you're going to change into negative 2x squared. If it's negative 6x, you're going to change positive 6x. If it's positive 12, you change negative 12. And then you just add the same way you worked here, combining like terms. That's it. Addition and subtraction are covered. We're going to work on a few more examples, a few more questions during the quiz, and practice along the whole month how to add, how to subtract. But today we have a new topic. Today, if you don't have any questions, if you have any questions, type on the chat, okay? Don't let don't need to wait for the end of the lecture. Type in the chat and I can explain. Today we have a new topic. Is about polynomial functions. And the polynomial function is a function defined by, and you have the definition here, a finite sum of terms of the form a times x exponent n. On the last semester, we talked about functions. I don't know if you're going to remember. And function, the main characteristic of a function is you're going to have one y for each x. That means, let's say we have an equation, y equals x plus 5. If we are talking about functions, we're gonna this has a different notation. Instead of y, we will write down something like that: f of x equals x plus 5. It's the same thing, but now we are using the function notation, right? And for each x, you're gonna have only one y. For each input, you have just one output. Remember this? Kind of, a little bit. Now, when we talk about polynomial functions, it's the same thing, but the expression here is going to be a polynomial. That means you have other functions that for each x you're going to have only one y. They are functions, but they are not polynomial functions because those expressions here are not polynomials. To be a polynomial needs to have the form. Each term needs to have this form: a, the coefficient, times x, the variable, and exponent n, where n is a whole number, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on. Okay? So these are not polynomial functions, because this, check this out, this the x is on the denominator, so not a polynomial function. This, you have the absolute value function. So if you have the absolute value, if you have a square root, if you have anything that is not here on this form, is not polynomial. And those are examples of polynomial functions. Yes, because they have this form here. And you don't need, you need to understand this. We're probably not going to be asking specific questions on how to identify. We're not going to ask on the quiz or on the test how to identify polynomial functions. What will be asked is how to evaluate polynomial function. The next thing, the next slide, is what you really need to know how to work out, okay? How to evaluate a polynomial function. Let's say we have here this polynomial function here, p of x, equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2. So this is our polynomial function that we're working on this example, and we want to find p of negative 3. How do you do this? Do you remember? How do you evaluate functions? Anyone remember this? How can we find p of negative 3? And the hint, you have to make x equals negative 3, right? Oops. You make x equals negative 3. And then you plug in. You substitute. Do you remember this? So let's find... Just a minute. Okay. Let's find p of negative 3. You have x equals negative 3, so you substitute. Whenever you find x on the polynomial, on the expression, you change into a negative 3. Negative 3 cubed plus 2 times negative 3 squared minus negative 3 minus 2. Okay, right. And this is equals negative 3 cubed, negative sign submitted to any odd exponent keeps negative. So this is still be a negative number. 3 exponent 3 is 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. Plus 2 times negative 3 exponent 2. Negative 3 squared is 9, right? Negative sign submitted to an even exponent is going to be positive. So negative 3 squared is positive 9. Plus 2 times 9, 18. Negative with negative, positive. Positive 3 minus 2. And this is negative 27 plus 18, negative 9, negative 9 plus 3, negative 6, negative 6 minus 2, negative 8. This is the answer. Questions? Okay, kind of simple. Keep it simple. Change, substitute x equals, in this case here, negative 3. Change into the equation, the polynomial function, and then you're going to find the result. One, we worked letter A. Now let's work an easy one, letter C. P of 0. You have to make x equals 0 and substitute here into the function. If x equals 0, 0 cubed plus 2 times 0 squared minus 0 minus 2. And this becomes really easy because this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, negative 2. Right? Okay, any questions so far? It's any feedback? Do you think it's difficult, easy, or if we need more practice? We will work on several questions like this on the quiz, and I will show as well how to work out using the graphing calculator to find the answers to work this kind of problems. Okay? If you have any questions, type now. If you have any comments, any feedback, anything at all that you want to ask me, type in the chat box or turn on your mic and ask the question. If not, let's move and work on the quiz. But before, as usual, before moving on to the quiz, let's try this bell work here. Let's try this pizza. What is the best option? Option number 1, one pizza, one large pizza. Or option number 2, a little bit, not large. Let's say medium pizzas, 2 medium pizzas. We have more pizzas. We have more slices. But maybe I don't know. I still not sure what's the best option. I want your your votes. Now, the first option, they have more area. The first option is slightly cheaper, and bigger is better. Yeah, you are right. So the large pizza, the option number 1, is going to be the best option because it's the best value for money. More pizza for less money. It was a tie. Thank you, Elio. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kion, Makina, Anjali, Maddie, and Smiling, and Chris DL. Thank you for your participation. Let's move now. We got the answer for the bell work. This is a warm-up game, a warm-up exercise, so we can get ready to work on the quiz. And this is our quiz today. We have 2 parts. The first part, add or subtract as indicated. Write the answers in descending order. Don't forget this. So let's say letter A. This is a subtraction, right? So write down the first polynomial as it is. Don't change anything at all. And write down the second polynomial as the opposites, changing the sign of each term. So negative 3y squared plus 8y cubed. And the next step is combining like terms. So you can combine this that have y squared with that is a y squared as well. And we can combine this is a y cubed with that, which is a y cubed as well. The first term is the highest degree, is the one with the highest degree. So it's going to be the one with the y cubed. Negative 4 plus 8, 4 y cubed. And the following one, the lower degree, the less. So 8y squared minus 3y squared is 5y squared. That's it. Option 1, Maddie. The bell work is going to be option 1. Bell work, option 1. Thank you, Maddie. Okay, this is the first part of the quiz. The second part. given the polynomial functions, find the function values or evaluate. And let's work the first example here, the first question, letter G, P of 2. So P of 2. And we have to make x equals 2 and change into the function. Negative 2 exponent 4 plus 2 times 2 minus 5. That's it. 2 exponent 4 is 16. 16 with negative in front of it, negative 16. Negative 16 plus 4, 2 times 2, 4. Negative 16 plus 4, negative 12. Negative 12 minus 5, negative 17. So the answer here is negative 17. Okay, now I'm going to leave you by yourselves a couple of minutes. I will check attendance. And then I'm going to get back to work with you. You can ask me questions. We can work on all the questions if you need. Okay? We can complete the whole quiz together if you need. So to use the graphing calculator to solve this kind of questions, type on the first line the function. On the second line, you are looking for x equals 2, right? For a solution for x equals 2, so type x equals 2, enter, and then you will check the intersection. Check here the intersection point, y equals 2.25, that means h of 2 equals 2.25. So the answer here is 2.25 for letter P. Okay, more questions. Do you have